Welcome back to the Hardcore and the Casual podcast, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Justin. I am here with Tyler and Jason once again. You might have seen them here last week. This week, we're going to be reviewing WrestleMania 40. We're going to give our full predictions for the entire card. It's going to be a lot of fun to go down this entire list. I got it all written out right here. They got a board too. We're going to get into this in a few minutes, but I think first, we should probably talk about everything that happened on Monday Night Raw, because a lot of that is going to have a lot to play in the events that are happening in WrestleMania. Because CM Punk, The Rock, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, they are all doing some of the best work of their lives, and Monday Night Raw was a shining example of that. What was your favorite segment on Monday Night Raw? You watched them. Which was your favorite?
My favorite was definitely Drew McIntyre coming out.
The Drew McIntyre stuff?
Every part of Drew McIntyre being out there was pretty funny.
I thought that the best part was when CM Punk just goes, "Yo, wife," to Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
He just goes, "Yo, wife." I was dying laughing. That was so much fun to watch.
Drew McIntyre speaking to the cameraman, "Don't look up my skirt."
Yeah, don't look up my skirt. That was great too. And then there was the whole thing with the Vince McMahon stuff where he was like, "Oh yeah, who really chose you as the chosen one? Who was that? Say his name. Say it right now." That was more like behind the scenes, breaking the fourth wall. Like,
yes.
And that was awesome to see too, because CM Punk hasn't been like that for years. Probably last time he was like that was when he was in the WWE back in like 2014, 2013. And when he really just didn't care about much anymore. But now he does that, and he's allowed to. This is all stuff that he's allowed to say. He's getting permission to do all these things now. And it's so much. I just have to praise Triple H and his entire way of doing the WWE in recent years.
Done a much better job of taking over.
It's been so much. They call this the Renaissance era of the WWE now, and I think it fits. I think it works perfectly because it really is a Renaissance period. This is the biggest period since the Attitude Era, guaranteed.
Yes.
And the work that these guys are doing on a weekly basis is phenomenal. Jason, did you watch any of the segments from Monday Night Raw?
Shoot, I'm not going to lie to you. I was too busy working overtime.
That's okay. That's what this show is for. It's for the people at home that didn't watch the show, and it's for you who didn't watch the show, so you can learn more, because next week is going to be the most important day in wrestling history, WrestleMania 40. So this whole thing, you've at least got an understanding of what's going on here with the whole Roman Reigns.
Oh yes.
And the side story with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. These are interwoven stories that have taken control of the wrestling business, and this has changed wrestling as we know it right now. That we can already see it on Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes was bleeding on Monday Night Raw. That is something that I didn't think was going to happen until at least the Netflix deal next year, but it happened. It was a thing that we've seen now, so that sets the precedent that this could be something going forward. But it may just be something that The Rock can do himself and not necessarily something that other people can do.
I think The Rock is trying to make a statement here.
I do too. I think it's hard to say if this is like a whole ego trip for The Rock or if it's actually like...
I definitely think it is. I think he's low-key trying to take over.
I don't know if he wants to necessarily take control away from like Triple H for like booking the show, but I do think that he wants something out of this. I don't see him just walking away at the end of this.
I was talking more along the lines of Cody possibly beats him, Rock goes after Cody.
You think? Yeah, I mean, they have the whole Rock-Roman story to tell still, so I don't know if they move on. I feel like the only thing that we're going to get from The Rock and Cody is going to be night one at WrestleMania in the match that we'll review in a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. But, yeah, I mean, just... the entirety of Raw, even from the slightest thing like Ricochet versus JD McDonough pulling out the Canadian Destroyer in the middle of a match. I've seen a couple of those on WWE TV recently, but like this is something that's becoming more frequent. And I don't want to say that AEW has necessarily like caused this change, but it has. Like ever since the creation of AEW, and I know a lot of people, WWE fans, don't like AEW, get over it because they changed the industry. Whether you like it or not, they did. And I loved AEW for a long time. I don't think they've been doing their best work recently. But I do feel as though that AEW has changed the business for the better, and I think a big part of that was Cody Rhodes.
If there's one thing I gotta say I don't like about AEW, it's the fact of how often moves are used.
Yeah,
Like they're
they
not
overplay it.
wrestler specific anymore.
Yeah, I feel like the more you watch AEW like week by week, you start to realize that exact point. Like this is just the same thing every time. Like it's cool to watch every once in a while because you get to see like
Like you
like
don't
Darby
get to
Allin.
see Randy Orton RKO someone every week.
I mean, at this point, you probably do,
Well,
but that's
yes,
just because
but
they
I'm
don't have
saying-
like bigger stars. They kind of have to put Randy on every SmackDown just to kind
but
of bring in
I'm
views.
saying like you have 4 or 5 people that use an RKO.
Yeah.
Or say use the spear, the super kick now.
Yeah, and then in AEW, you get like 4 or 5 people a show hitting an RKO.
Yeah.
But yeah, like AEW did change the business for the better though, because it created the reply by WWE. It's the same thing WCW did back in the day. They created a need for WWE to change for the better, and WWE has always shown that they can respond in that way and become better.
Did they actually? Do they have a different name? I assume they have they call it a different name in AEW.
They just call it the cutter, or whoever's using the move would usually just like
I
name it.
assume they can't actually use RKO
No.
because of Randy. I
Yeah,
mean,
no. They either call it the cutter or like whatever crazy thing that they create. Just a crazy name, like Cody Cutter.
Yeah, like I understand they give the same move a different name for a different wrestler.
I mean, they actually kind of just use the actual name of the move rather than the WWE like finisher name of the move. They actually just use the name of the move. So like the pile driver instead of like the tombstone pile driver, like you know what I mean. But so Monday Night Raw also. We're not going to really like review the whole show of Monday Night Raw. That's not really what I want to be doing, honestly, because a lot of Monday Night Raw seems to be repetitive towards the middle. They really have their big segments at the beginning, the end, the 9 o'clock hour, and the 10 o'clock hour, and everything in between kind of seems like they just kind of repeat themselves. It's like Nakamura versus Brunson Reed or Nakamura versus Sami Zayn on every other show. It gets a little repetitive, so I don't necessarily want to dig too deep into Monday Night Raw on a weekly basis, but I do want to cover the biggest things. Shout out to Sam Roberts of the Not Sam podcast, because he does his emergency podcasts, and I love watching those, and he can go for 45 minutes on one topic by himself. That's impressive. That's what I want to get to eventually in my career. Sam Roberts, inspiration. Chris Van Vliet, Stash Club Wrestling, couple guys. Shout-outs.
Oh, yeah, Stash Club.
Yeah, he got me into Stash Club Wrestling. It's like the spawn point of this podcast. So if you guys ever see this out there, hit me up. You know, I mean, I want to hit you guys up, but I feel like that's a little embarrassing. So, I mean, if you guys want to hit me up. I mean, this is only episode 2, but I'm on my way. I'll catch you guys at the top. See you at the top.
Well, you got enough experience and knowledge, I'd say, to do pretty well on one of their quiz shows.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure that I could probably do pretty well on one of your guys' quiz shows, but it's not a matter of that. It's a matter of like they've actually like earned the respect of like the community.
Yeah.
I'm episode 2. I'm hoping to get that with you guys. I love the wrestling community. I love the UFC community. It's just so much fun to be a part of. But they have the respect. I'm still trying to gain it, and we have very different ways of going about this. Everyone does they have their own unique style, and that's what I want to bring to this podcast is my own unique style, your own unique style, your own unique style, and have everyone incorporated into this. But yeah, no, never a competition, never want it to be a competition. Watch them, watch us. I watch them, so please go watch them. I love them so much. So there was the segment with Mommy on Monday Night Raw, and my poor Dom got smacked around by Becky Lynch, the man.
This guy needs to stop.
It's Dom, bro. He just got a match booked for WrestleMania last night. It's gonna be Ray and Dragon Lee versus Dom and Santos Escobar. I think that's going to be a really good match. I'm not necessarily super excited. I would have rather just seen Ray versus Dom 2.
I have my predictions.
I have my predictions too, and I
understand.
I don't know where you're going to go with this, but I really hope that you realize that Rey Mysterio won last year. Just a little spoiler for what that prediction might be, but Rey Mysterio won last year against Dom.
I don't care. My predictions are mine.
Okay. Yep, and that's fine. You all have your predictions out there.
My predictions
He has
are
his
who
predictions.
I would like.
Jason has his
to
predictions. Jake was not able to be on this show today, so he doesn't get to do predictions. He doesn't get to fight for this belt. This belt is what we're fighting for right now, by the way, for the predictions when we're going to do them next week.
Most correct predictions?
Most correct predictions. And if we have a tiebreaker, then we'll do some sort of tiebreaker thing on the podcast next week or something like that.
Well, now I got to predict differently because I need that back. That's mine.
Well, you don't need to predict differently if you think your prediction is going to be wrong. I mean, I wouldn't put down that, I don't know, I wouldn't put down that Sami Zayn's going to beat Gunther. Another spoiler for what my prediction's going to be. That's an easy one, though. Come on.
Yeah,
you think Sami Zayn's going to beat
no.
Gunther? I don't see it happening.
I think a big man's going to end up beating him, even if it's like Drew McIntyre.
I think it's probably going to be like a Braun Breaker down the line. I don't think it's going to be like a Drew.
Or it could be Braun Breaker eventually.
Braun Breaker, Chad Gable, maybe Sheamus, but I feel like Sheamus kind of lost some of that shine and he hasn't been around in a while. He'd kind of have to get that back, the momentum that he had last year.
Braun Breaker would be the best match.
I think Braun Breaker would be too. I think Chad's a little underdeveloped in the character right now because he just created a new character like 2 weeks ago.
I think Braun Breaker could go straight into a championship match.
They need to lose those tag team titles on NXT, him and Baron Corbin, so that he could just permanently move up to the main roster.
Baron Corbin and
Braun Breaker, they're NXT tag team champs right now. I think they're defending him on Stand and Deliver the night before WrestleMania, against the whatever those guys are called. I really don't watch NXT. I know I call myself the hardcore, but it's just sometimes I just can't. It's just NXT. Something about it I just can't watch.
It's like the rookies of WWE.
Yeah, I'll watch like the big guys. Like I'll watch clips on like Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin and what Ilya Dragunov is doing and whoever else. I mean, it's I like
we're in this part of time where NXT wrestlers are either blowing up and making main roster, or we don't have that great of talent in the NXT.
Yeah, I really like Roxanne Perez. She's really good. I really like Roxanne Perez. Tiffany Stratton just came up to the main roster. I would have said her. She's really good. Tiffy Time is popping off. I love Tiffy Time. Who else? There's a couple more guys that have done really good things in recent years in NXT, but for the most part, it's been like...
I mean...
Oh, the new tag team...
New
crap.
tag team?
No. Julian, the Creed brothers? The Creed brothers. Don't know why that took me so long.
They're
They're
good.
literally just called the Creed brothers. But I really like the Creed brothers, too. Julius Creed, stud. He could break off on his own and become world champ one day. I think that dude's a stud.
I just hope they're not as sloppy as
Holland?
as Ridge Holland.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they are. I think they're pretty good workers.
Yeah, I understand, being big and all, but Ridge Holland really messed up Big E.
Yeah, Ridge Holland's in NXT right now taking on Sean Spears, who used to be Ty Dillinger.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he went to AEW, became Sean Spears, came back to the WWE, stayed Sean Spears, no longer Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger's gone, Sean Spears is still here.
Ty Dillinger was around during the Nexus. Like, he was...
No. Ty Dillinger was like 2016.
Wasn't that around the Nexus?
Nah, Nexus was like 2010.
What?
Yeah, Nexus was 2010.
No way.
Yeah, they faced John Cena, Edge, Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Bret Hart. I'm missing like one guy, and they all took on the Nexus in SummerSlam 2010.
I was in the 7th grade
Yeah.
watching the Nexus.
Yeah. That was definitely 2010. 100% 2010.
No,
And 100% Ty Dillinger was 2015. I can look it up right now. Computer's right
I'm
here.
telling you, the Nexus was definitely later,
All right.
later than 2010.
First time I've had to use this computer on this podcast. Let's do it. All right. Let's.
Because otherwise, they were showing reruns.
All right. We got the results. The Nexus was formed June 7th of 2010 to August 22nd of 2011. So it literally only lasted a year and a month. 14 months, it says. 14 months of its existence. So it was definitely 2010. It says it right here. Maths, you know.
Math.
The maths. Yeah. That's how it is. I'm going to make a t-shirt of that one day, the maths. It was 2010, dude.
No, I'm saying 7th grade. What year was that for us?
7th grade. I don't know.
It's like 2012.
I was 12 in 7th grade, so that was 2010. Right? No.
You were...
No, I was 12 in 2014.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
The Nexus came out. I just showed you. The Nexus was 2010. What are we arguing about here?
But I remember because that's the only... In 7th grade, wrestling was the only thing I watched. Because the channels I had out there, that was the only good thing to watch. I'm telling you, I remember seeing... Even if it wasn't the whole Nexus, I remember seeing the Nexus in WWE.
It was 2014. 7th grade was 2014. That was Daniel Bryan main eventing WrestleMania against Randy Orton and Batista for the WWE title at WrestleMania 30. Wade Barrett wasn't even... I think Wade Barrett was like the IC champ on that show. I don't think Justin Gabriel was even still in the company. David Otunga was probably a jobber at the time. The Nexus was like completely torn apart at that point. That was like 3 years after they tore apart in 7th grade.
That is so crazy.
Yeah. That was the Authority time. That was the Shield taking on the Wyatt family.
Yeah, no,
That's
well
2014.
aware. I'm well aware of that part.
Yeah, Nexus was way before. Like Husky Harris was in the Nexus, and then he became Bray Wyatt and did the Wyatt family.
Yes.
So Husky Harris had to have come way before the Wyatt family, and the Wyatt family debuted in 2013 in the Ring of Fire match with Kane. One of the shittiest matches I've ever seen in my life. But it was Kane versus Bray Wyatt, and I was like 11 at the time, so I kind of thought it was pretty cool. But now I've gone back and watched it recently, and it's terrible. So we're all caught up now. We're in 2010 now.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not in 20. It's 2024.
Are we sure about that? Could we just go back to 2010?
Could we just not follow you?
I kind of don't want to go back to 2010. That's a little far.
What were you doing in 2010, Jason?
What?
What were you doing in 2010?
In 2010,
I was
9 years old.
Yeah, you were born in 2000.
I'm thinking about it like this. It's 2024.
You're born real. Yeah.
My birthday's at the end of the year.
I mean, mine is too. Mine is too. I'm 9 years old in 2010. Or gonna be 9, I guess, because I'm November of 01.
I'm almost 22. I should put my foot down. I got so many people complaining about the fact that my foot was up on the table the entire podcast last time. So I'm gonna try and keep my foot off the table so that
people actually complained about that.
Yeah, people were complaining about that. I got.
You got to read some of those comments.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna read any comments on the YouTube. I think
definitely be fun.
If you want to go find some comments, go find them yourself. You know, Instagram that casual, TikTok that casual, YouTube the hardcore and the casual. You know, you just go follow all those links. They're all in the description. Probably not the description. Go to my YouTube channel. You figure it out. You know what? We're in 2024. As Tyler was just noting, it's about time that you guys learn how to figure it out. You know, it's about time. Well, let's figure this out.
As old, if not slightly older than us.
Oh yeah. So you guys should be well aware of how to get to all of our social media accounts for it. So please do that. Like, subscribe. I'm not ending the video right now. Please don't click off. I'm not ending the video. We're just getting started right now. So I am going to now jump into the predictions for WrestleMania 40. This is so exciting. I am going to finally claim that belt up there, and I am going to get to carry it for the rest of time because this is my podcast and I make the rules. So I'm just going to screw them out of their win if they accidentally win. So, Jason, do you want to start off with the predictions? Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Naomi versus Damage Control. Who you got?
Is it Jade, Bianca, and Naomi?
Yes, it's a 3v3.
Oh.
And the
okay.
Damage Control members are Asuka, not Io Sky,
But
Asuka, Kairi Sane,
The way you
and
pronounce it was
I was
like
about to say.
the
Dakota
three of
Kai.
them. It's like you said it wrong.
yeah, I know. I'm good. We're
But
good.
it's those three. It's
Yeah.
those three.
Jade,
versus
Bianca,
Damage
and
Control.
Naomi versus Damage Control. Yeah.
And that's not a title fight. There's no title in that.
No.
match.
Just the 3v3 because they got mad at each other last night on SmackDown. Yeah.
So all I gotta say is number one, Damage Control. Everybody knows about them.
Mhm.
If you don't, you better go search it up and go watch it for yourself. Because,
Yeah. They've been terrorizing people for
just terrorizing
a long time now.
It's just been too long. If these three can pull it off and start to possibly, if they could knock them down off this pedestal one time, maybe it could have a trickle effect. If not, maybe Damage Control bounces back, comes back later on and terrorizes them again. Because we've all seen them get terrorized at some point.
Yeah.
Whether it was way before or not that long ago. So to me personally, I'm gonna have to go with
it's a hard choice.
It's
I don't personally think it's a hard choice because Jade Cargill just debuted.
Yeah, you're hardcore though, so that's
I know,
why.
but Jade Cargill just debuted. I don't think they have her lose her second match in the WWE. So I'll give my prediction right now. I'm going for Jade, Bianca, and Naomi because I don't think there's any way that Damage Control gets a win over those three.
I'm gonna have to go with the same as you because Damage Control's been reigning for too long.
Yeah,
So
I think it's
terrorization.
their time to go. Do you have?
Even if Bianca and Naomi weren't in this match, I think Jade would still beat all three of them.
Okay, so
Alright.
I think we have our predictions. We're all going for Jade, Bianca, and Naomi on that one.
I think Jade also gets the pin on that match.
I'm sure she does. I'm sure she'll probably pin Dakota Kai or something like that.
No, she's got to pin Asuka.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Next up, we got Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso, the Battle of the Brothers. The 2 years in a row, we've seen two family members take each other on one-on-one at WrestleMania. Last year it was Rey versus Dom. We're still going to get that, but in a tag team match. But this time, we're going to get Jey versus Jimmy straight up. Shenanigans. There's going to be so many shenanigans in this match, I feel like. Who do you guys have?
Do they bring the Uso Penitentiary back on themselves?
Hell no.
Because I'm like, they could really. Oh, they should make it a Hell in the Cell match.
I don't.
With the brothers.
Maybe they could have, but I think it's a little too late for that now. It's 1 week away from WrestleMania.
I favor Jimmy over Jey.
Really?
Just in human form, like just
Okay.
straight up. I favor
So
Jimmy
who do you
over
think
Jey.
is gonna win? That's not the question. The question is who's gonna win the match at WrestleMania?
Main event.
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso.
Okay, who you got?
I think it's a 50-50 match. I think it doesn't matter who wins,
But you pick Jey.
but I pick Jey.
Okay.
I'd like to see Jimmy do good things, but
Who you got, Jason?
I would have to go with Jey as well.
Jey as well. I'm going with Jey as well. But I think I think it's the 50-50 part comes in
That's what I'm saying.
about the fact that it's Jey versus Jimmy, which means there's going to be shenanigans, which means that Jimmy is going to be the one that is advantaged by the shenanigans. So Jimmy might win due to shenanigans. But I think that Jey's got the better shot of just winning the match. Next up, we got Gunther versus Sami Zayn. This match seems clear-cut to me.
yeah.
We could probably just give our answers and move on because I don't think there's any shot Sami Zayn is winning this match.
Yeah.
This is there's no way. I
It'd
mean,
take 3 Sammys to go up against Gunther, and I don't even think that would do.
It would take 46 boot kicks to even try
Yeah.
to do something.
Seriously, I think-
kicks. It would take so many.
I think that
so many, bro.
the only way that Sami Zayn wins this match is if
Interference.
by like Chad Gable, because like Chad Gable's been like doing his whole like kind of a heel thing, so maybe he like tries to help. But like I don't want all like I can't just put interference for everything, so I'm just gonna Gunther wins.
Yeah,
I think that's easy.
Nah, I think he could just do what he does best and go home.
All right, next up we have, dude, don't knock my pen out of my hand anymore. What the hell are you doing over there?
Sorry, I didn't know I was Elastigirl to reach all the way over there.
Wish you could.
Oh, you said that was a ghost? Nah, I'm heading out.
Io Sky versus Bailey is the next matchup on the card that I invented because they don't actually have a fully formed card yet for WrestleMania, so I just put them in the order that I think they're going to go on. So we got Io Sky versus Bailey. Who do you got?
Is that a championship match?
It is a championship match. It's for the WWE Women's Championship.
Sky's holding the title.
Io Sky is holding the title. Bailey won the Royal Rumble. Bailey got turned on by Damage Control a couple weeks ago, and she's been doing the whole baby face. And don't forget that the rest of Damage Control is going to be fighting Jade, Bianca, and Naomi, and probably losing, which means if the rest of Damage Control loses, I don't see Io Sky kind of winning that. So I if I was picking anyone, it's probably going to be Bailey.
Yeah.
So you got Bailey too?
Yeah. I was picking the upset here. I was going with Bailey.
Okay, you got Bailey too. So we're all even right now. So this seems so much fun, and this belt is definitely going to come home with at least one of us. Yeah.
We have to cut it up a little bit.
This is the part where we might get thrown into a little bit of a swing now. This is the swing round right here. This is the tag team ladder match. The Judgment Day versus DIY versus A-Town Down Under versus Awesome Truth versus the New Day versus the New Catch Republic. I'm going to let you guys go first so that I could give my prediction last so that you can't just steal it. Even though I already told half of it to Tyler. But I didn't tell him the other half. So you guys can go ahead and give your predictions so I can go last on this one, hopefully win.
Who do you think the winner is going to be of this match? I mean, I think the Judgment Day's got the biggest favor of winning, or at least running interference.
Okay.
But I think something else is going to happen. I don't think there's going to be one winner.
So who do you think? So who do you think is going to win then?
Well, off the top of my head, I don't remember who's on which brand.
Doesn't really matter. I feel like they
I
just...
think the belts will get split up.
Okay.
And we'll
So
go
who's
back
walking
to a
away?
Raw belt.
So who's walking away with the belts?
Well, again,
You got to pick two teams. You can't just say that.
I think A-Town's going to win.
A-Town Down Under?
Yep.
And then who are you think just A-Town Down Under? Okay.
I kind of want to see the New Day take them.
All right.
And honestly, Awesome Truth wouldn't be a bad pick.
Okay.
So, I'd definitely go with those two.
So my prediction is going to be that they do split the titles. I feel like they're going to do that too. I think that the Awesome Truth walks away with one set of belts because R-Truth is going to be on one side. He's going to grab probably like the SmackDown belts. And then I think that Damian Priest is going to be on the other side of the ladder, and he's going to pull down the Raw belts. So I think that the Judgment Day walks away with the Raw titles, and Awesome Truth walks away with the SmackDown titles. And I think the way we'll do this is, like, if Jason gets it, he gets 2 points just for getting it correct. If you get one of yours right, you'll get 1 point. Or if you get two right, you'll get 2, 0, 0. And then same for me since we're both doing 2. So he'll get 2 points if he gets it completely right, and it is A-Town Down Under. So we're going to move on to probably the biggest match of both nights. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. The main event of WrestleMania 40 Night 1. Who do you got? The winner of this match, if Rock and Roman Reigns walk away with the title, or walk away with a win on Night 1 of WrestleMania, then it is going to be Bloodline Rules for Roman versus Cody Night 2. If Seth and Cody win, it's going to be no Bloodline at all in the match. They're completely banned from the entire arena. Rock said he'll sign contracts and do whatever he's got to do. I don't know if I believe him too much, but that's the stipulation on the match. So, who do you have winning that match?
Roman Rock or Cody Seth?
I'm waiting for you to.
You guys are opposing each other. You guys are on opposite teams. You guys are not a team.
I'm well aware.
So you guys got to pick your own. You got to figure it out yourself.
I'm locked in.
I'm waiting for him.
What's your lock in? Lock in.
Matter of fact.
Rock and Roman? Rock and Roman. I'm going to need an answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rock and Roman.
Rock and Roman?
I think Cody and Seth.
Cody and Seth? Okay. I got Rock and Roman because I think they're going to try and stack the deck against Cody on night 2. I think they're going to go whole bloodline rules, and then I'll give my prediction on what's going to happen next, obviously. So, yeah. Rock and Roman for me and Ty. Cody and Seth for Jason. Sounds good. All right. Moving on to night 2 of what I think is going to be night 2. Who knows at this point right now. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. I'm just going to go right now. It's Dom and Escobar. Dom already lost to Rey last year. I think he's going to probably pin Rey this year in that match. Do we have any dissenting opinions on this? Because Dominic Mysterio is my boy.
I don't care.
And we all know that.
You never know. You never know. All because it may have went one way last year. They may just decide, you know what? Let's just keep the card the same way.
So is that your...
Hey, I personally feel like Rey and Lee.
Rey and Lee?
Yeah.
I don't like Dominic Mysterio. I don't think he deserves...
You don't need to like him to think that he's going to win.
I don't think he's going to win. I don't. I don't want to see him win.
So then we oppose each other. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I got my Dom, my dirty Dominic Mysterio, mommy's Dom.
But side note, if Rey loses, does he retire?
No, I think they go Dom versus Rey too. I think they need to do that for WrestleMania next year. Have him retire next year.
But we had the father-son.
Yeah, but now they could say like they're they're 1-1 against each other. Like if Dom wins this match at Mania, they could kind of like say, oh, like we're 1-1 against each other.
Yeah, but it was a 1-on-1 the first time. It's not a 1-on-1 this time.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I put air quotes around it. They could say like Dom could be a heel and just say, oh, I pin you. I beat you at WrestleMania. Like you beat me, I beat you. We're even.
If
like
I'm
we need
Rey
one
Mysterio,
more.
I'm beating my son and retiring. I am not ever gonna lose to my son.
Say it with your chest.
I said it with my chest. I said it.
All right. Next matchup: LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Been a blood feud.
That's just a match, right?
AJ
There's nothing
AJ
going on in that match.
No, no. It's just a regular match. But I mean, AJ flew to Australia just to interfere in the match and cost LA Knight the Elimination Chamber. Then LA Knight flew all the way to Georgia to go visit AJ Styles' house, to go and just stand outside and wait for AJ to come out, apparently, and then they got into a brawl on AJ's front lawn. So, Hater of the Year award, AJ Styles and LA Knight tied for first. They're the haters of the year. To get on a plane and go to Australia or go to someone's house, that is so
That's
haters
petty.
of the year. But yeah, I know who I'm picking. Who you guys got?
I think it's going to be a fantastic match.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a long match.
Okay.
I would like to see AJ Styles clash LA Knight.
Is that what you think is going to happen, though?
I want AJ Styles to win.
You want? What do you think? You think?
I think
Okay.
AJ Styles is going to win.
Okay. What about you?
I think LA Knight's going to do something.
You got LA Knight? I got LA Knight, too. Specifically just because... See, last time they had something like this happen, they had AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho won. And then AJ Styles did still go on to win the WWE title later on that year, build his way back up, and eventually make it to the top, hold it for like a year, a couple of years later. But I don't think they do that again. I don't think they put AJ over and then have LA Knight build his way back up. I think that LA Knight is beating AJ Styles. I think he's the up-and-comer, and they're trying to give him a big shine, a big match at WrestleMania to beat someone with the caliber like AJ Styles with that name. So that's what I think they're going for. So I got LA Knight in that matchup. Then we're going to move on to probably this man's favorite matchup, and I think I know exactly who he's going to pick, but it is not who's going to win. Go right ahead and say it. If you want to be wrong, go right ahead.
That's a title match, right?
It
That's
is
a
the
triple
United
threat
States.
title match.
Yes, it's Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Go ahead. I know who you want to win. Do you think he's going to win? Like, come on.
Do you think Logan really retains that
I
title?
do. I have Logan Paul retaining the United States title. I think that Kevin Owens and Randy Orton step on each other's toes. I think that they get in each other's way, and I think that Logan Paul takes advantage of that and
Now that you
pins
say
Kevin
that,
Owens probably.
In last week's SmackDown, how they were tag team,
Yeah.
I could see them now being in a match together. One little wrong thing, or they both go for Logan, and then something happens, and they turn on each other, and Logan gets the win.
Yeah, like the slightest inconvenience can set both of them
Oh,
off. They both
man.
have really bad anger issues. Like Kevin Owens and Randy Orton are probably the two guys known the most for their anger issues. Especially Randy Orton, who's like real life anger issues problem, but like Kevin Owens over the past years had like a storyline anger issue problem. Ever since the whole Ezekiel thing, like
Yeah.
where he gaslighted Kevin Owens for months trying to say, I'm Ezekiel, I'm not Elias. It broke Kevin Owens, and he's had like major anger issues ever since. But I think they step on each other's toes and Logan gets the
I
win.
would like to see Randy Orton win.
I know
but if
that.
I never watched SmackDown's highlights and see what went on Saturday or on SmackDown. My guess would be Randy.
Okay.
But based off watching SmackDown, oh man, no. I'm sticking with Randy Orton. I don't care if it's wrong. I'm sticking with Randy Orton.
Okay, Jason.
Shit, I'm going with Kevin Owens.
You're going. Oh, we got another split round. We got a split round, full split
man.
round. We got 3 different opinions on this one.
My thing
This is going to be the most important one. This and tag team ladder match are the only two that really. I mean, we got a couple of differing opinions on most of these, but like that, those are probably the 2 big ones.
my biggest thing is what does KO do if he wins the title? I don't think he's in a spot for holding a title.
Yeah, not much. I think he's least likely to win it, but I don't think Randy's winning either, which leaves me with the only option left, which is Logan Paul, who I actually do quite like. So, the next match on the card is my mommy, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. The man versus mommy. It's going down. WrestleMania 40. Who you got? It's Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's winning this match. There's no way that
It's not.
okay.
It's not.
We're differing
It's
again.
Becky.
Then I am
It's
so
Becky.
okay.
It's Becky.
If I could lock, I'm
Lynch.
gonna
Becky Lynch.
I'm locking.
The man,
it's a
the
lock.
myth, the
Rhea
legend.
Ripley's a lock.
It's not.
Rhea Ripley's a lock.
It's not going to happen.
It ain't.
Why? Why do
Too
you
much
feel?
hype lately.
Okay, so
Too
you
much
both
hype.
got Becky Lynch.
The man deserves the title.
I think a lot of people would disagree with you.
I don't
Your
care
wife?
what other people think.
No, I like Becky Lynch. I really like Becky Lynch. She's just not mommy.
Neither is mommy.
No, mommy's mommy.
No.
Mommy's
No.
Real bloody Ripley.
No.
She's Rhea bloody Ripley. This is okay. You okay? You can have your own opinions, and I can have mine, and that's fine. I gotta learn to accept the fact that people can be wrong sometimes. You know.
I hope Becky Lynch punches Dirty Dom in the face again.
Poor Dom. That was really
Poor
upsetting to
Dom
watch.
Dom. This guy's
Like
making
he's
me mad.
like he's his kid.
Yeah,
Poor
like,
Dom.
Oh my God.
He's just a kid, you know. All right.
like
We're-
it's his little brother, and Rhea Ripley's his
Like-
actual mother.
She is. She's a sweetheart.
Really?
You ever seen the behind the scenes videos of Rhea Ripley and Dom? They're so wholesome.
It's behind the scenes for a reason.
Jeez.
I'll go behind your scenes. That's on the other platform. Roll a clip.
Do. Like what the hell?
All right. Now we got Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. With CM Punk on commentary for the entire thing. He's gonna make Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre more relevant than Drew McIntyre's sword, than his kilt, than Seth Rollins' wife. That was really loud in my headphones.
His bell bottoms.
Yeah, his bell bottoms, his belt, or 10 years away from the company could ever do to make them interesting. CM Punk's going to do it all in that night, and I believe him. He's the best in the ring, on the microphone, even at commentary. No one can touch him.
On a microphone?
You just can't box with God. It's Drew McIntyre, by the way. There's no way Seth Rollins walks away with that title. I think that... Actually,
it's 50-50.
I feel like there's going to be an interference in this match. Like someone's going to come out, and then CM Punk is going to...
there was going to be an
interference.
interference.
I think someone's going to come out and interfere and try and like attack Seth, and then I think CM Punk is going to like come out from the commentary desk and try and like fend away whoever's attacking Seth.
CM Punk said it himself. Something is going to happen during that match, whether he sits at commentary or not. I think he's going to try and play multiple roles in that match, and I think he'll be the main reason Seth Rollins loses that title to Drew McIntyre.
So I agree. I think that CM Punk is going to play a large role in the match, but I think he mainly just scares away whoever's trying to attack Seth, and then Drew McIntyre just takes advantage, and then the next night Seth blames CM Punk for losing, but in reality Punk was trying to help Seth, but he's not going to take it that way. He's going to be like, you distracted me. I could have handled that by myself. You got involved.
Drew McIntyre taking the title off of Seth allows CM Punk and Seth to feud as long as they want.
And then eventually move on to Punk versus Drew McIntyre sometime like SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That'd be great. So who do you have winning this match?
I have Drew McIntyre.
You have Drew McIntyre? Who you got winning this match?
Same as well.
Interference
We all got Drew.
Due to interference by CM Punk.
Okay. And then the last match of the night. The most important match of the night. I'm going to start crying because I'm a little Cody crybaby. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Universal Championship. I said it last year. I'll say it again. It's Cody's time. Cody's winning this match. I was wrong last year. I won't be wrong this time. I hope. Knock on wood. Call me a Cody crybaby all you want. I do not care.
You're a Cody crybaby.
I don't care. I'll acknowledge my tribal chief. But I'm also going to acknowledge the work, dedication, and passion
I won't acknowledge him.
that Cody Rhodes has put into this company. He has put so much of his heart, sweat, and tears into this company. He deserves it. He's earned it. He's changed the industry. He created an entire company that is the reason why there's even a Renaissance era in the first place. Cody Rhodes, it's his time. WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan, big win. WrestleMania 20, Eddie Guerrero and He Who Shall Not Be Named, big wins. Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10, big win. Always an underdog victory against the bigger guy every 10 years. We need to see it this year again. Cody Rhodes is going to go in there. It's going to be tribal combat. It's going to be the bloodline rules, and Cody is still going to win. He's going to come out on top because there's going to be Seth, and there's going to be Jay, and there's going to be the whole Avengers of the WWE that are going to come out and they're going to help him. And I swear to God, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to break this board, and I'm not going to do this podcast anymore. I swear to God.
It's going to be Roman Reigns.
I know it's going to be Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns is going to win.
Aware. I'm fully aware. I'm coping right now, Tyler. Let me cope, okay? Let me cope. I'm already coping and it hasn't happened yet.
You're already in phase 2. I'm aware.
I'm really trying to get through this.
Roman Reigns will retain his title.
Okay.
And I think he can go on to beat San Martino.
4 more years?
I can see it. I'm
going to
come on, man.
I know.
Reigns.
I can see it too. It's coming down the pipeline.
There's not another WWE wrestler I think could even go as long as Roman went now.
If Roman beats Hulk Hogan's record, I think they go for it. I think they go all the way for Bruno. I don't know. If he makes it to 6 years, they're going to Bruno. He's at 4 now. He's only got 2 more years. If they go to 6, they're going to Bruno. They're doing 8 years. Yeah, I got Cody. Cody crybaby. Lay it in. Don't care. He's
Roman
the best.
or Cody? It's really a
I already
50-50,
picked
but
Roman, so.
All right. So I guess 2 for Roman, 1 for Cody. So
I'm in.
okay, we got our whole rundown. Just a rundown. Oh, dude, you break
Don't
that
mind
mic,
me.
you buy it.
I ain't got money, so.
That's fine. You can hold it like that.
You got dishes to wash or something?
I got
dishes to wash or something.
I got other things you could do.
Oh, no, I don't know.
You got
Okay.
something else you could wash.
All right, just to
Check
run
out
down
the
the
other
card.
channel.
Yeah, check out. Roll the clip. Hey, just to run down the card real quick. We all got Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. We all got Jay. We all got Gunther. We all got Bailey. Jason has A-Town Down Under. I have Judgment Day and Awesome Truth. Tyler has
Awesome Truth and New Day.
Awesome Truth and New Day. I had Roman and Rock. You had Roman and Rock. You had Seth and Cody. I had Dom and Escobar. Both of them had Ray and Lee. I had LA Knight.
You both had LA Knight.
We both had LA Knight, AJ Styles. I think I went for Logan. You went for Randy. Jason went for KO. I went for Rhea. They both went for Becky. We all went for Drew. I went for Cody. They both went for Roman. And that is going to conclude our WrestleMania 40 predictions. We're going to see how these turn out next week because it's going to be probably the greatest WrestleMania of all time. It's going to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time, guaranteed. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're probably going to be chilling right here watching it on that TV that you guys can't see behind the cameras. And I'll try and get out a podcast as soon as possible to review the show. We have everything down right now. It's all on the internet. It's all for you guys to see. No one can lie. I'm going to be recording the UFC podcast right after this. You guys are going to see that coming out on the channel probably after the WWE one is edited and posted. Thank you guys for coming on. Jason, Tyler, you got any final remarks that you got to say about WrestleMania?
Stop caring so much about Dirty Dom and Rhea
Oh, my
Ripley.
God. And Cody. I should
She's
just give
Cody.
up on that, too.
She's not mommy.
No, she is mommy. She's my mommy. Go, mommy.
Your mommy's inside.
Go, mommy Rangers.
Your mommy-
Woo-hoo-hoo.
No,
Mommy
we need to
believed that
stop.
WrestleMania.
Thank you guys for watching the Hardcore and the Casual podcast. This was episode 1 of the WWE Hardcore and the Casual podcast. I appreciate you guys for coming on. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you all for coming. Next week, review show for WrestleMania. Stay tuned. Come back. Watch the clips. Watch the Instagram. Please like, share, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. I hate doing that, but I know you guys want me to stop saying that too because everyone hates hearing that, but I'm going to keep on saying it because it helps, apparently. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Peace out.